All right, so we're here to commentate on some games. I'm Brian.
I'm Marty.
I'm playing Terrier Rapid Rush on the left.
And I'll be playing Machinedramon or Mugendramon, apparently.
Oh, if you want to be all cool and fancy.
Well, Matt is cool and fancy in that regard.
This is a little locals matchup we had.
Yeah. About to see me make some really bad misplays.
Hey. The deck is complicated.
The deck is complicated.
It's very complicated. The lines are crazy. It's not like me. I get to every game just start with a Terrier. I believe you passed turn one.
I had to pass
right?
turn one.
Yes.
So I'm running a purple-based version of it using the BT-15 Demi-Miramon.
Yes.
It's BT-15.
Yeah, either way. It's that ability is actually really good for Machinedramon to trash a level 5 or higher because you want those things in your trash anyway. But the problem is that if you don't have any of the Ukomons that are running in the deck or the Tapermons that I'm running in here, just nothing happens.
You just have an egg.
It was a really bad
doing
break.
nothing.
And it can't even, I think, it might not have been this game, but maybe the next game, where I tried to play a Supreme Connection, but I don't have anything black on the field. Thankfully here, I managed to go into one. That's the only reason why I think this game goes on any longer than a few turns.
You luckily, and Supreme Connection just letting you do its main effect, basically, just for insecurity is really great.
It is very confusingly strange, because there is a difference between it.
I
could not tell you what it was.
I don't know what the difference is.
The difference is very small.
Yeah, it's probably like a comma.
Yeah.
Do this, then this.
Yeah.
But you starting off slow has let me just snowball into exactly what I want. Just as many Mega Gargo targets on board as possible.
Yeah, I mean, really.
And a tamer. It
is the problem, because I was like, I need, at the very least in this deck, I definitely need more, destruction of some kind.
Yes.
To be able to... Removal. That's the word I'm looking for. I guess, trash. Well, whatever. Deleting is hard in this deck.
Yes.
Unless I'm forcing you into stuff.
I believe, doesn't the one Chaos let you delete a Tamer, though?
Yes,
yeah,
there is a...
That's a very good effect.
Well, that's a cast mod. It's, there is a egg that allows you to... a level 5 that allows you to destroy Tamers of 3 costs or under.
That's oppressive.
It's really good in certain decks, but most decks now are running level 4
Tamers.
Yeah, or 4 cost Tamers, so you don't see them as often.
It would cripple Crossheart pretty bad.
Well, yeah.
But here, I just get to tap you down, my general strategy go in. It doesn't even matter if I die, because I have Purge.
Yeah, no, it's a real... At the very least, the one thing I will say is that the reason I don't even care about if I delete a Digimon, I just don't want you to have a Mega Gargomon, or if you're some reason running, the level 5 aces from, Angels, or whatever.
I've thought about it. I've thought about putting the Holy Andromon, Magna Andromon in, but it's too bricky.
Yeah, because then you can't do
completely unsearchable, and then I can't make Mega Gargo anymore.
Yeah, it seems like a really bad idea, unless you're running a yellow vaccine version of this deck.
There is a version where I've thought about using Jumbo Gamamon.
No, that's
the blue-black level 6. Because he can play your level 5 Rapid when your opponent attacks, and then you counter timing into Mega Gargo.
That's really fun.
So it's very dumb, and he's unsearchable also, but with no Rapid X's currently, it's just, I don't have a lot of level 6s.
Jumbo Gamamon is one of those cards I always wish I could use more, because it's just so funny.
He is so funny, and he's so good, but he unfortunately is in a bad archetype.
Well, yeah.
His archetype.
Don't you insult Fish like that.
Fish is not good. Everybody loves Fish. It's not good. It
was the first deck I ever showed up at my locals with, because it was the only deck I had finished at the time.
We all love it. Everybody, Gomamon, number 1.
Yeah. And
here I'm just kind of oppressing you.
Yeah, I mean,
slowly.
Ironically, Mega Gargomon.
Just scoop, right?
I think I did there. Ironically, Mega Gargomon is just as good at preventing anything from happening as Chaosdramon, because he does basically the same kind of effect. I mean, it's the black effects of this game are typically de-digivolve and block.
Yep.
And it does both.
Reboot.
And reboot.
Which unsuspends all itself. 3 of those things.
Yeah.
He doesn't de-digivolve.
It is.
But he does stop you from digivolving, which is the effect that is honestly the most oppressive one, because if done early enough in a turn, your opponent can't do anything anymore. They don't think about it.
That's an effect that I think Machinedramon can have, just to make things more miserable for people playing
Yeah,
against
of course.
them.
Yeah, people love playing. Look, Machinedramon is so... You have to think so much more than you would any other matchup. Because this guy is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And I need to give you the exact amount of memory where you will not keep turn.
Oh, yeah.
Generally, with Supreme Connection is about, like, 7.
Yeah. Generally, it's going to be 4 for an EX1
to keep turn, to play and keep turn?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the... Because I think it reduces it to... It's 11 into 9...
And then -5.
And then -5, yeah,
or
4.
+5.
Yeah, +5. That is the absolute worst is when you're at, like, 1 or at 0 memory and you can't play this.
Yeah, I do believe you just passed right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think this is when I tried to play Supreme.
Yeah.
I really wish...
It is rough, and it puts you way behind, because now I can Digivolve in the back, play my Terrier, turn. It's still my turn.
But, like...
And I believe, yes, I just open up with another setter, giving myself 3 memory every turn.
The option source rule is a fascinating thing of, like, it exists to prevent certain deck building things, but it's so forgettable.
It is
like
the one rule that people, I think, let go or, like, forget about all the time.
Yeah.
You see it all the time.
Because a well-built deck will never need to worry about it.
Exactly.
Or at the very least, most decks, the only time I think it'll ever matter isn't if you're, like
your board got completely wiped and you were playing an option. That's the only time a meta deck really runs into the problem.
Exactly. It's usually not much of an issue here. I mean, think hard play a Megadramon.
Yes.
I love that card. That one's a fun one.
The art is great, honestly.
It's a great card.
Chaos Dramon, Mugen Dramon, Machinedramon, all his arts, the alts are... It's a beautiful deck.
I wish there were more alts. I wish there was
alts for 4 gold ones.
There's you get all the EX1 stuff. They have great alts that you can buy from tournament packs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that eventually just to finally fling out my deck as much as I can.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Max it.
I mean, definitely I can tell on your side of the board.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying.
There was a golden rapid on the board at some point. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oof. Oh gosh. That's the Megadramon that I was talking about, the delete stream.
I just think they're both the same guy all the time. I couldn't tell you. I still, right now, cannot tell you which one is which.
No, that is one of my that card that just went into my hand is actually one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's just a black card. I think it does reboot as it's inheritable, which is why it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Less of an issue now. If you're running the black base version of this, I probably would recommend that almost nobody run any cards that has reboot, except for maybe 1 or 2. Only because every level 3 and 4 gives you reboot.
Fair.
And so you're just stacking it.
So it doesn't. Yeah, you don't.
And you can't
double
trash
reboot.
them, so they're not even like extras.
So it's just redundant.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the time with Megadramon and Machinedramon, you're going to run into a thing of like having redundant or the same ability twice,
right?
Because you need to run them just to make sure you have them, but you can only get so lucky.
I'm gonna go into the boy here.
Machinedramon, personal favorite. Gosh,
this is the one that tucks right from trash or hand.
This is it's trash or hand, and it Digivolve 1 3 times.
Right.
But it can only be 1 target.
Okay.
It's very kind
so
of.
You can't space it out, but you can obliterate my rapid here. Make him a little guy.
Yeah. Like it is very strange how that works. That like the wording is very strange because it makes it appear that you're supposed to check 3 different targets or something, or 1 target 3 times. But in this case, you can only do 1.
And now, unfortunately, I am just under. Because you can block me and you can redirect me.
Yep.
So neither one of my guys can get through.
On a normal day, if only the Chaos Dramon was a bit longer, this would be like the ideal board state, maybe with 1 more analog man. Because having a Supreme Connection down means that I can play out another Megadramon or another Machinedramon.
Right.
Or I can play out anything really. Just being able to do that is always great, and then having an Ukamon in the back is always good.
Hey, Pokemon is a crazy card.
It is.
Anybody, if you can fit it in your deck at any point, I highly recommend it.
Oh, of course. I think nobody would say. I mean, it is weird. It felt like for the longest time, maybe it's just our locals, but like the Ukamon was really slept on for a long time around.
It's definitely an our locals thing, but
I know it's the bane of some people's existences.
Yes, it's crazy. To be fair, availability is kind of weird on it, but it is. You don't see enough people using it, I think. Because if you can fit another 4 rookies into a deck, you obviously don't want to run 14, 15 rookies. That's crazy.
Yeah, but it might be a deck.
Put 4 Ukas in there. Put 4 of the other Uka in that just came out.
The new Uko, the BT-15 Uko, is probably even better to some extent.
You think he's better?
I like him more because I like the searching.
Okay.
I definitely, at the very least in the sealed format, it was the reason why I lost like 2 games.
Nobody I went against had it.
I got very unlucky.
I lucked out. I did run into a couple big ones though. Big Ukas.
Big Ukas.
Yeah, big Uka.
Big Uka is more common than the rare Uko.
Yeah, a couple big Ukas in security.
Yeah, no, I got very lucky and got like 3 of the demo decks that came with him, so I have plenty of Ukos.
And now,
but I know
here,
this is the second.
You have just played another machine.
The better Machinedramon for here. The one thing that is interesting about this matchup was the thing I want to do is, as much as I like the Machinedramon, Chaosdramon is the actual character of this deck. Like,
right.
What you need is the Chaosdramon. But in this matchup, if I go directly into Chaosdramon like I did here, if it wasn't my turn and I didn't have Chaosdramon X Antibody, which I don't know if I do here, admittedly, but it no longer has the DP reduction because it doesn't get the abilities of what's underneath of it until it goes into Chaosdramon X.
So you're protected from, or you're not protected from the DP protection.
So it was actually a real big consideration when we were playing to be like, when do I go into this from this version of Machinedramon, which dominates this version of the deck?
Yes. And now, I believe, did you Digivolve or did you pop me? Or attempt to pop me and I purged?
If I went into Chaosdramon, it would have been Digivolve.
Okay, yeah, so you just keep dropping me down. The problem is I just keep...
It's only going to stop at level 3.
I'm like sitting here and I just continuously have more guys to bring out.
Digivolve is less of an issue in this... against this deck, given that it's your best card is at level 4.
Fair.
I mean, like,
you almost stop right away.
See that here, obviously, I knew I had a Chaosdramon in my hand, X Antibody in my hand, so I knew that was going to be the end of my turn.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Chaosdramon X Antibody is probably one of the strangest cards because it gets every ability of underneath of it, including its when digivolving.
Yeah, so it's very complicated.
Yeah, you basically get to do the same thing again, and because it's so cheap in comparison, especially coming off of Chaosdramon, you just do it like twice, so which sucks because it's kind of like, do you want to de-digivolve that often?
Right.
There's not usually that many targets. Once I de-digivolve something 3 times, it's usually
there's usually just a level 3 left.
Yeah, usually because I mean maybe not every deck obviously, but most decks go like 1 tall stack versus going wide.
Right.
So I mean obviously if I was playing against like Commandramon or the Digipolice or something, it would be an issue. I have a lot of things on my board for
You do have a large stack as well, but I knew here that as long as I just make it so your big guys don't kill me, your little guys, I can block them.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And that was actually, to be fair, fine.
Yeah.
Those things exist to dump.
For little chippies.
Especially at this point, because with 2 Okomons, I only need 1 to gain much of the advantage I really want. And I want the 2 cards usually, and also trashing is extremely helpful. Because while I can do most of the things from my hand, it helps to be able to just
seeing more cards is always good.
Exactly, drawing. I want to just draw. Volcamon, the oddball.
How many of him do you run?
I run 1. He's security attack +1. But I have 4 Digimon that do the exact same thing.
The 1 Metal Greymon, right?
You have the 1 Metal Greymon, the Volcanomon, and the EX1 Megadramon or Gigadramon, whichever one of the palette swap ones is.
Yeah, who knows?
I can't even remember, but I think it's the Megadramon. Gives security attack if it's a machine, which it almost always
is where my Typhoon in security is really rough.
Yeah.
It's just another... Typhoon is the second best card in the deck, if you ask me. Because it's a searcher and it's a security bomb. Suspend 2 things. Now your Uko doesn't get its little chip in. And I don't have to waste a block.
No, it's an entire. I mean, basically, Double Typhoon comes out and it's a free Terriermon and Lopmon if it's in your security.
Combo with the EX4 Terrier to search.
I mean, it's not exactly a direct comparison, but it's your Supreme Connection.
It is basically my Supreme Connection. Yeah.
But in this case,
with a security effect too.
Out of curiosity, how often do you use Double Typhoon for anything but like a Lopmon? Like the new for the new Lapmon.
I use it for Terriermon more than anything. I'd say.
Really?
I only run a few. You only need a couple lops.
There.
He makes your rapids more expensive, and he doesn't. That's all. He's just there for Alliance, so you run a couple of him.
Yeah. So both the Rapidmons, they have to evolve off of Terriermon, right?
Correct. They have to. Both of them are for 3 on top of a Terriermon. The one from the starter deck is Terriermon in name. The BT-8 one has to be Terriermon specifically, so you can't use Terriermon X in the new format.
Well, with
it
the
would
new,
still be 4.
I mean, it would just reduce down.
It would be 3 again.
Yeah.
But it's not 2, unfortunately.
No, it's not.
2 on the other one.
Hey, not bad.
But he doesn't have. I think the best version of this deck is just as many Rapidmons as you can get in there of the good ones, and then Mega Gargo just being a wall.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, there's 2 different versions of the deck, but they both do exactly the same thing, which is get Rapidmon out, go into an ace when you can.
Yes. And I hear, smartly, I just swing over your Uka so I trash your security. Otherwise, that analog man would have been a problem.